Good morning, Pittsburgh. I'm your host, Jess Paterchak.
And I'm Royce Jones, filling in for Alex Grubbs tonight. Thanks for joining us here on Daybreak.
This morning's top stories start with the tragedy at the University of Pittsburgh.
And a Point Park professor heading to Prague, is it one you know?
It's time to wake up, Pittsburgh, because here comes Daybreak. Start your morning with us, only on Daybreak. All right, so Royce, the weather this week has always been crazy, but I mean, it is Pittsburgh. So.
Typical Pittsburgh weather. I remember last time we were here, we were talking about taking a break from the heat.
Yeah.
And I think I've been wearing some jean jackets and stuff lately. So.
All right, well,
yeah.
maybe we'll see. Megan, can you tell us what we're expecting for the week?
Thanks, guys. Well, this is going to be the last nice weekend of the summer. So this morning, it's going to be a little bit of cloud coverage, but 75, so it's still kind of nice. You don't need your jean jacket, Royce. This weekend, though, make sure you get out to enjoy the nice weather, especially the Pitt game on Saturday. It's homecoming weekend, so go out and support your Panthers. And on Sunday, you can go for a nice hike, get that last little bit of fresh air. Because on Monday, that's when our fall weather is going to start to set in. On Monday, we're going to have a lot of cloud coverage and a high of 66. Tuesday, Wednesday, it's going to be a little chillier, so you're going to want to grab a thermal blanket to cozy up at night with a high of 39 for a low of 39. Excuse me. And on Thursday, it'll get a little bit warmer at 67. So Royce, you might need your jean jacket that morning. Let's head back over to you guys.
Jean jackets.
Yeah, thank you, Megan. I'm happy we'll be protected and we'll be good.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, huh? Well, here's your city and campus news. So, as previously reported on Daybreak, Pennsylvania Congressman Tim Murphy has resigned from his position after it was discovered that he asked a mistress to have an abortion, the supposed pro-life congressman. An update this week from the Post-Gazette reports that House Speaker Paul Ryan no longer wanted Murphy to hold his position as a PA congressman. Representatives from the Republican Party have come out saying Murphy would be, quote, an embarrassment to the conference while hurting the Republican Party, end quote. While many have cited what an abusive and hostile environment it has been working with Murphy, per the PG, it is suggested that Murphy's early release puts the Republican Party at a major advantage by being able to select their own candidate. More updates to follow.
Earlier this week, the body of a 20-year-old Elena Shiket was found in her home in Oakland. Her ex-boyfriend, Matthew Darby, was later a suggested suspect in the case. According to WPXI, a PFA was filed against Darby by Shiket following charges for abuse and trespassing. Darby fled the area and was missing for some time before investigators uncovered phone records. Darby was later apprehended in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, after trying to break in a window of a home. Darby has been charged with trying to provide false information to police and currently awaits a bond hearing.
And tomorrow will be fun for airport goers as an auction will be held for any lost or remaining items from previous flyers. According to the Trib, there will be 9 cars, over 20 pieces of tech such as cell phones and Fitbit watches, and dump trucks, snowblowers, and even trailers. This is an annual auction where anyone is welcome to bid as long as customers are aware of the 15% buyer's minimum and the 5% waive for cash or check presented. Refer to the Trib for a full list of items available for this year's auction.
One Point Park professor is showing you how to leave Pittsburgh and go to Prague. French and Global Cultural Studies professor Channa Newman will be hitting the stage as a speaker at the Prague Writers Festival this November. The theme for this year's festival is The Fire Next Time, inspired by the work of African-American writer James Baldwin. The theme uncovers the resurgence of racism today and attempts to restrict human rights. In light of the theme, Newman will discuss President Trump and identity politics. And in turn, she hopes to, quote, bring the Prague Writers Festival back to Pittsburgh. The festival will run from November 10th through the 15th.
Also, new internship opportunities are underway for Point Park students. Managing Director of the Dow Jones Fund, Linda Shockley will be on campus this month to recruit applicants for the Dow Jones Paid Summer Internship Program. Students must be full-time junior, senior, or graduate students studying data journalism, digital media business, reporting, or multi-platform editing. Interns will have the opportunity to gain top-level experience and training in these fields, and they will also receive a $1,000 scholarship if returning to school. Shockley will be located in the Lawrence lobby on October 25th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. All applicants must complete a test as well as an application before November 1st. For more information, be sure to stop past the Lawrence Hall lobby and say hi.
All pie lovers on campus, tie up your bibs and get your forks ready. There's a special contest happening next week that you might want to be a part of. This Tuesday, students will have the opportunity to eat their way to the top and choose from a variety of different prizes during Culinart's second annual pie eating contest. Although this is the second year for the contest, this year's contestants are coming to a blank slate. Last year was really just a dry run and the contest wasn't timed. But this year, the competition is heating up and they're ready to set the bar high. This is all a part of Culinart's Apple Fest taking place that day. It's an all-day event filled with games, music, and more to celebrate the fall season. Also during the event, a farmer's market featuring fresh produce that students can buy using Flex dollars. The festivities start at 11 a.m. and will run until 4 p.m. Those interested in the pie eating competition are encouraged to contact Culinart by October 14th to save them a seat at the table. You can send an email to kweiss@culinartinc.com.
So a pie eating contest.
A pie eating contest, Jess.
That is really something, huh?
Or what are you thinking? You might sign up?
Oh,
or?
I don't know. That sounds like a little much for me.
Hey, I think I could kill a pie on my own, so I
Right?
think it might be good.
All right, Royce, maybe we'll see. Huh?
Right.
Stay tuned.
All right, you guys. After the break, the Pens pick up where they left off last year at a rocky start.
And fires erupt in California. Who's being affected and what are the lasting consequences?
We got more for your mornings, only here on Daybreak.
What would you do to create something that could survive 1,000 years? You'd start with a formula, head to the lab, and forge it with fire. Just imagine everything it could do. It could leak pollutants into the soil and water, or it could conserve energy, cut CO2 emissions, and reduce raw material. Recycling is more than cutting waste. Recycling is about the legacy you want to leave. Why on earth would you want to do anything else? Recycle. Don't throw away our chance at survival.
Good evening and welcome to Newsnight. I'm Josh Krupp alongside Jess Paterchak. Tonight we begin with
The mayor is continuing to deal with the challenges the city is facing.
But tomorrow we have just a little bit of cloudiness. We have
off throughout the day with some strong wind gusts. That's going to continue tomorrow. 20
Teams have already started talking to free agents. Saturday's partly cloudy, but 70 degrees? Where is the pool at? I mean, come on.
You might have already burned your bracket, ripped it up.
I am Royce Jones.
And I'm Casey Houlihan.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening. That's your news tonight for Jess.
UView Television is live here at the Center for Media Innovation with a very exclusive interview with Point Park's Black Diamond, our school mascot. We're taking questions on our social media at UView Television.
Our first question came in from @PointParkU Black Diamond. They want to know, what is one thing you love about Point Park?
UView.
I knew it.
UView's the best.
It is. All right, Alex, you want to read our next question?
Okay, we have another question from Point Park Cab. They're asking, when is the next time you're going to make a surprise appearance at their next event?
He's being coy. Looks like we're going to have to show up.
Yeah,
to
I guess we'll have to see.
All right, that's all we have for right now, but you can submit your own questions at UView Television, and we might read one of yours after the break.
Welcome back to Daybreak. I'm Delaney Bomas, and here's your sports news. The Penguins had a Stanley Cup rematch last Saturday and came out on top. The Pens beat the Nashville Predators 4-0. Matt Murray picked up where he left off in June with the Preds, making 26 saves in his first shutout of the season. That earned him the third star of the game. And that game also extended his shutout streak against Nashville to 206 minutes and 26 seconds. The Pens then headed to D.C. to face the Washington Capitals. Before they took the ice, they went and visited the White House. While they got a lot of backlash on their decision to accept the president's invitation, they said in a statement that, quote, "The Pittsburgh Penguins respect the institution of the office of the president and the long tradition of championship teams visiting the White House." The Penguins pulled off another win Wednesday night in D.C., beating the Caps 3-2. All three of the goals were power play goals, and the Pens improved to 2-1-1 on the season. Now moving across the river to another hometown team, the Steelers had a tough game this past Sunday, losing to the Jacksonville Jaguars 30-9. Ben Roethlisberger threw 5 interceptions, the most he's ever thrown. After the game, Roethlisberger said, "Maybe I don't have it anymore." This takes us back to when Big Ben considered retirement before the start of this season. This bad game also comes after a disagreement with teammate and top receiver Antonio Brown. The Steelers are still 3-2 on the season, and they share the top spot in the AFC North for Week 5. The Steelers play the Kansas City Chiefs this Sunday at 4:25 p.m. That's it for sports. Let's head over to Daybreak News Desk with Taylor Fife. Taylor, what do we need to know in the national news?
Thanks, Delaney. 21 people have died and over 100 are missing in Northern California after what officials are describing as an unprecedented wildfire. Nearly 24 large fires are responsible for burning roughly 170,000 acres of land. That's larger than the city of Chicago. According to the Washington Post, officials are unsure what exactly caused the multiple fires to form suddenly around the same time late Sunday night. But officials are certain that heavy winds and dry conditions are responsible for pushing blazes through the popular wine-growing regions of Sonoma and Napa counties on Wednesday. The director of the California Department of Forestry and Fire, Ken Pimlott, stated on Tuesday that the investigation into the cause of the fires remains very early in the process and that focus remains on rescue efforts and controlling the fires. President Trump has approved federal emergency assistance to California. And on Tuesday, the Environmental Protection Agency announced that the chief, Scott Pruitt, signed a measure to repeal former President Barack Obama's policy to curb greenhouse gas emissions from power plants. The EPA stated that repealing the measure will, quote, facilitate the development of U.S. energy resources and reduce unnecessary regulatory burdens associated with the development of those resources, end quote. According to the New York Times, this repeal proposal fulfills a promise President Trump made to, quote, eradicate his predecessor's environmental legacy, end quote.
Taylor, over the past few weeks, we've seen a lot of news about fires and such in California. I mean, how long do you think it will take them to recover from this?
I think it's going to take a very, very long time. The amount of acreage of land that was burned by all those fires, estimating to be a total of around the same size of Chicago. That's a lot of area, and I think it's going to take them a very long time to clean all of that up. Well, that's all I have for national news. I'll give it back to you two over at the couch.
So coming up, we have Convo Boulevard this week.
Yes, we do. I can't wait. I'm super excited, and I'm super excited about our guest. I can't wait to have her on the couch.
Yeah, so find out to see who's coming on and joining us after the break.
I shouldn't have to pay to walk down the street. Pay with my comfort, my freedom, my peace. Always on guard, on edge, off limits. Don't follow me, don't touch me, don't treat me like I'm yours. I don't need your whistles, your comments, your eyes. I already know I'm a prize. My confidence isn't for sale. Respect me, don't inspect me.
And when people ask us who can join UView, the answer really is anybody, and we mean anybody. Any major, any experience level. Some people, have a lot of experience coming out of high school, and others don't know how to really sit on a couch properly, and that's okay. We're here just to give you the chance to learn and have fun and prepare yourself for the real world. College, after all, it's all about trying new things.
Welcome back to Daybreak. Let's step on those brakes and go real slow because we're cruising down Conversation Boulevard.
And tonight we have Casey Houlihan joining us.
Yes. Oh, it's so marvelous to see you. And you are looking mighty fine today, my dear.
Thank you, boys. You guys are looking wonderful as always.
Hey, we tried to coordinate a little bit.
I was going to say, your tie seems to
bit.
go with Jessica's. I love it. I love it. Look great.
Thank you. So, Casey, you are a busy, 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 busy woman around campus.
Yes.
What's some of the stuff that you have going on?
Okay, so here at UView, I actually produce with Wyatt Cree the entertainment show, which is called Entertainment on Point, or EOP, or EOP, as we call it here at UView. And I actually inherited it from Aubrey Henkin last year when she graduated, and she actually created the show. So it was really exciting, but also like scary to take that over from her. And this is my third semester producing it actually, and I love it. I think it's super fun. It's just a show on UView that just focuses totally on entertainment news, kind of more casual sort of thing. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm looking forward to our Halloween episode, which will be coming up soon. We're all gonna wear costumes.
Okay.
So
Can we get a costume plug? What are we gonna see you in?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, do I give it away now? I guess this is exclusive information.
Okay.
I'm going to be a genie.
Oh, are we channeling like I Dream of Jeannie or
yes.
maybe Christina Aguilera, Jeannie
a
in a
little bit
bottle
of that
kind
too.
of? Yeah.
See, it's my mom's costume,
Okay.
and she just gave it to me, and I've worn it like every year since I've started college because I think it's really cute, and I'm not paying for another costume every year. So yeah, I'm gonna be a genie. So I have to find like a magic lamp or something. I gotta get like those accessories.
Right,
some props in there.
Hey, I could probably slide through and be Aladdin.
Oh my
What
goodness.
do you think about that?
Goodness.
I'm here for
Okay.
it. Yes. Perfect.
Yeah, I think it will work. I'm here for it too.
Awesome. All right. Well, what else do you do on campus?
So in addition to stuff at UView, I also work with WPPJ, which is our radio station here on campus. And Victor, who produces this show with Alex, actually invited me to be on the morning show with him last spring or fall. Last year at some time, I can't remember, but I'd never done a radio show before, so it was really nice of him to just let me jump in, and I really loved it. I still love it. I still do it actually this semester, and the morning show we've changed it this year. It is Mondays through Thursdays from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. So we start at 8 a.m. every morning, which is a little rough.
Yeah, that's tough.
But it really gets me into like a good schedule. Like makes me get up early. It gives me a reason to get up, you know?
Yeah.
And it's great. We talk about current events, weather, holidays, and just anything that's kind of on our minds.
Right.
And play music. And it's really fun. And if you are interested in radio at all, anybody who's watching this, or if you guys are, like, I highly recommend it. PJ makes it really easy to get started, and we have Rockathon that'll come up later in the year, which is a really great fundraiser.
Right.
It goes towards the Learning Institute, I believe, the Early Education Learning Institute, and we raise money for them through that fundraiser, and we broadcast 24/7 for, I don't want to say how long because I can't remember. I think it might be one. We broadcast 24/7 for an extended amount of time.
Well, I was going to say, if you don't remember, it's got to be a long time.
Well, it's exhausting.
Yes.
So it kind of all blurs together, but it's totally worth it. So PJ's great along with UView. And in addition to that, I work with the Globe, which is the college newspaper here.
You are busy.
And I started writing for them at first. And then they asked me if I wanted to be the social media manager, and I said absolutely. So my job every week is to look at the stories, and I have two other co-social media managers, Casey McGaw and Hannah O'Toole. And we each take one outlet, so Casey McGaw does Instagram, Hannah O'Toole does Facebook, I do Twitter, or we switch it up depending, and just try to write teases for the stories that students write so that we get them out on social media and people click on them and are reading them. And in addition to that, if we see something happening on campus that we think is newsworthy, maybe take a picture and post it. Or if something like new happens at the Globe office, we just got a new poster, so putting that on Instagram, just making people more aware of the newspaper's presence.
Right.
And I love it. I think the there's just so much student work that goes into it. So.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Well, you just make me tired just talking about it. I feel like I need to go lay down and take a little nap or something.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Well,
sometimes
that's-
I feel that way too.
I think something that's also kind of cool about you, a lot of people don't know, is you weren't always a broadcasting major.
Yes.
You have a little history.
I do. Okay, so I was an acting major actually at a different school for my freshman year and the first semester of my sophomore year. I went to a school in Chicago called Roosevelt University. And it kind of made me realize I did not want theater to be my whole life, but I wanted to tell stories. And so journalism was my way to do that.
That's awesome.
Great.
Thank you for coming on, Casey.
Yeah, thank
for
you
having
so
me.
much.
I really appreciate it.
It's been a lot of fun. Now coming up on Daybreak, the race to virtual reality dominance continues. Is there a new player in the ring?
And which of your favorite celebs are helping in hurricane efforts?
Only here on Daybreak.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Two can be as bad as one. It's the loneliest number since the number one.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Does not matter if I'm short or tall. If I have skinny legs or my hips are wide. It only matters who I am inside.
Blue eyes, brown eyes, black or green, what makes me most beautiful cannot be seen. When you look at me, don't judge me by my parts.
The most beautiful thing about me is my heart.
Good evening and welcome to Newsnight. I'm Josh Krupp alongside Jess Paterchak.
Take a look at the 5-day forecast.
You might have already burned your bracket, ripped it up, or put it through a paper shredder by now.
British Prime Minister Theresa May officially triggered Article 50 on Tuesday.
The World Baseball Classic has concluded with Team USA winning its first title in 4 WBC tournaments.
And that is your news tonight. With Royce Jones, I'm Danis Marrero. Have a great night.
Good morning, I'm Nick Tomarello. Welcome back to Daybreak, and here's your tech news. Facebook is planning to dominate the virtual reality industry. At the 4th annual Oculus Connect conference, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg unveiled a new wireless VR headset called Oculus Go for just $199. According to a report by CNET, with a built-in screen, the Oculus Go doesn't need to be connected to a PC computer or cell phone. Oculus also announced that the Oculus Rift will be cut down in price to $399, making this the third price cut in the year-and-a-half time span since the device launched. The $199 Oculus Go, as well as the discounted Rift, will be available early next year. In other news, Amazon has finally released a waterproof Kindle. The new Kindle Oasis has a 7-inch screen and an aluminum back to give it a more premium look and feel. According to a report by The Verge, the Oasis has been tested in 2 meters of water for up to 60 minutes, as well as other water environments like a hot tub, pool, and even a bubble bath. Amazon has also released a new monthly Prime membership for students. The company announced on Wednesday that the new student option will only cost $5.49 a month. This is great for any student who doesn't want to commit to the full $99 membership. According to a report by CNBC, the plan doesn't leave any of the perks out, like the free 2-day shipping and Amazon Prime Video, as well as special coupons that can be used for, quote, college essentials, most of which are personal hygiene products like air fresheners and toiletries. unquote. The plan is available now and offers a free 6-month trial. And finally, an end of an era. Say goodbye to the AOL Instant Messenger. AIM will be discontinued December 15th, making millennials reminisce about the good old days of chatting with friends over their parents' slow dial-up connection. Now services like Snapchat, Facebook Messenger, and WhatsApp dominate the field of person-to-person communication. The only question I have, Justin Royce, why did it take so long?
Question, Nick. Now, I wanted to ask you about the Kindle with being waterproof. What do you see that coming to use for here in the future?
I think it's going to be great. I personally have a Kindle that's my own. I love to read anytime, and I was always worried about dropping it if I was reading in the pool, or, you know, I don't think I'd ever read it in the bath because that's a little odd. But definitely it's great that it's waterproof, and I don't have to use any of my paperback books that would also get wet. So I think that's fantastic. Well, there's your timely tech news. Let's see who's in the entertainment spotlight now with Casey Houlihan. Casey?
Thanks, Nick. Lots of celebrities have contributed to the hurricane relief efforts in Puerto Rico. Notably, Lin-Manuel Miranda, the composer of Hamilton and the Disney hit Moana, has been a huge advocate for increasing governmental aid to the island. Miranda has personal ties to the crisis as he has family who still live in Puerto Rico. As part of his efforts, Miranda composed a song and traveled across the country to record a single with a multitude of Latin American artists, including stars such as Gloria Estefan, Jennifer Lopez, and Luis Fonsi, the man behind the hit Despacito. Miranda dropped the track via a Spotify playlist entitled Puerto Rico por Puerto Rico, and for every person that follows the playlist, Spotify will make a contribution to the Hispanic Federation Disaster Relief Fund. In addition, according to a report from CNN, all proceeds from the single will be donated as well. The lyrics to the single, according to Miranda's Twitter, are composed mostly of the names of the 78 towns in Puerto Rico. The title, Almost Like Praying, was inspired by the West Side Story classic song, Maria. Almost Like Praying is currently #2 on the iTunes chart. That's the top story in the entertainment world this week. Reporting for Daybreak, I'm Casey Houlihan. Back to Royce and Jess at the couch.
Well, Royce, this looks like it's almost the end of the show here.
I know. I'm happy to be back. I can't believe I got to do it again. That's awesome.
Certainly a lot of fun.
You know I like to come on with you. You know you're my girl.
Aw, well, thank you for coming on as always.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it. And also be sure to follow Daybreak on UView on Facebook and Twitter, as well as UView Television on Facebook, Twitter, and all other social media sites. And that's all the news you need. I'm your host, Jess Paterchak.
And I'm Royce Jones, here at Daybreak, hoping your news is good news.